The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. The disciples were afraid of the Jewish leaders, and on the evening of that same Sunday, they locked themselves in a room. Suddenly, Jesus appeared in the middle of the group. He greeted them and showed them his hands and his side. When the disciples saw the Lord, they became very happy. After Jesus had greeted them again, he said, "I am sending you just as the Father has sent me." Then he breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone's sins, they will be forgiven. But if you don't forgive their sins, they will not be forgiven." The Gospel of the Lord. Hello, children of God. Today is the Pentecost Sunday. Do you know what does Pentecost mean? It means 50th. It is the feast of the harvest of the Jewish people. The Vietnamese term for this feast is the Feast of the Descendants of the Holy Spirit. It's easy to understand, isn't it? But why do we call this feast the Pentecost? Because on the feast of the Pentecost, the Holy Spirit comes upon the disciples of Jesus when they are so afraid of being caught by those who just killed Jesus. They come together and locked themselves in the upper room. However, they were not just hiding. They prayed together, asking God to deliver them from fear and strengthen them from weakness. And while they are praying, do you know what happened? There is a big noise like thunder, and a super strong wind flows into the house where the disciples of Jesus are praying, even though all the doors are securely locked. And suddenly, there appears tongues of fires coming and stay on the head of the disciples. Immediately, their fears disappear. From fearful people, now they become fearless ones. From weak people, now they become the very strong ones. They open the doors and come out, preaching the life of Jesus to all people. You know what? The disciples never learn new languages. But when they preach, all people who come from different countries understand them. For example, you go to Scottsdale Fashion Square and speak English only. But people who come from Vietnam, from Mexico, from China, or from Africa all understand you, even though they do not speak English. It's wonderful, huh? Do you know why? That is the work of the Holy Spirit. Through the work of the Holy Spirit, the impossible things become possible. My dear children, do you have any fear? Any? Do you want to do something that the other people think that it is impossible to do it? If you do, pray to the Holy Spirit. He will strengthen you and help you to do it. Let me share with you one of impossible things that I can do after I prayed with the Holy Spirit. I came to the United States when I was an adult, and I did not know any English, zero. But I wanted to become a priest. I remember when a priest interviewed me, asking me a question. Vincent, what are your fears if you are accepted? I answered, English and American food. Those were my fears. And I never thought that I could conquer those fears. But the Holy Spirit has come upon me, continuing to help me to make possible the impossible. Now, I eat American food and speak English just like you. Unbelievable, huh? So, let me ask you again. What are your fears? Do you want to do things that people think you cannot do? If you do, I encourage you to pray to the Holy Spirit. May the Holy Spirit come upon you and strengthen you.